Hi guys, how are you all? Welcome back to Soulful Knowledge. So in my channel, I am making videos regarding spiritual awakening and Kundalini awakening. So if you are all interested in these topics, you can actually follow my channel. So I am making in both the languages, in Tamil as well as in English. So if you wanted to check only in English version, you can actually check my playlist, Soulful Knowledge English. So if you see, today I'm going to tell about the third eye chakra. So in my previous video, you can see that I've spoken about the different chakras. So almost I've told about the 5 chakras till Vishuddhi chakra. And today I'm going to tell about the 6th chakra, that is the third eye chakra. So it is also known as the Ajna chakra. So to talk about the third eye, it is actually like an ocean. So much of information and so much of details are there to tell about the third eye chakra, and it is actually very complicated to explain. So I can see that many of them are explaining about third eye experience, third eye opening, and all the information is mainly based on their emotions and experience. So today I'm going to explain based on the information. So what exactly actually third eye is and how it is working in Kundalini awakening. So it is completely based on knowledge, and it is like a tool I'm going to represent. So everyone can relate to it and it can be useful to many of them. So first thing is, third eye chakra is known as Ajna chakra, that is the 6th chakra. So it is like in the center of our eyebrows. So this place actually represents the third eye. And Ajna, the meaning of Ajna is actually Jnanam. So knowledge, so information. So the real concept of third eye is actually knowledge, clarity in your life. So the gland for third eye is actually pineal gland. So that small like pea-like structure it will be, it is actually known as pineal gland. It is situated like in the center of our brain. That is, if you see our brain, it is actually divided into two halves, that is the left brain and the right brain. And this pineal gland is actually situated exactly at the center, on the spot of the third eye. So if you see the workings of pineal gland, so we all know that pineal gland is used to secrete a enzyme called melatonin. So this melatonin is actually helping us to switch between the sleeping and awakening mode. So to exactly tell, so what this pineal gland works is that it actually switches us between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So it allows us to shut down our conscious mind during our sleep, and it wakens up our subconscious mind. And when we awaken in the morning, it is actually shutting down the subconscious mind and wakens up the conscious mind. So this is actually given by scientists, and it is actually scientifically explained. So as of now, we actually know only this function of the pineal gland. But the real truth is, the function of the third eye of pineal gland is actually so much more than what our scientists have researched till now. So all these information, that is third eye and Ajna chakra, all these informations are in Kundalini awakening and in Kundalini scriptures. So it is documented for more than 5,000 years. So we can see that the knowledge behind this Kundalini awakening is much more than the current science that we are all aware of now. So if you see the Kundalini representation, we actually have that center spine, and we can see that two coil, that is, it is known as a serpent in Kundalini. The two coil is actually spinned around that center spine, and this two coil like structure actually meets at the third eye. So we can see that at the spot of the third eye there are two serpents meeting, and we can see that the center line of the spine also meeting in the third eye. So what it represents is the left side serpent is actually known as the Ida Nadi, that is the masculine energy, and the right side of the serpent actually represents the Pingala Nadi. It actually represents the feminine energy. So already I have spoken about masculine and feminine energy in my previous video. You can check that. So only if you know that the details of this masculine and feminine energy, you can actually have a better clarity in Ajna Chakra. So this is how the Kundalini is represented, that in the center of the third eye that both the energies are joining together. And the third energy is there, actually known as the Sushumna Nadi. So Sushumna Nadi is actually comes along the center of the spine. It is also joining in the third eye. In our Ajna Chakra, that is the third eye, three types of energies are joining. One is the feminine energy, one is the masculine energy, and there is the third type of energy known as the Sushumna Nadi. So I will explain about that also. So while this third eye experience, so everyone's experience will be unique. So we cannot actually tell in a very generalized way. Everyone's experience will be definitely, it will be unique. So even though it is unique, it comes under three categories. So this three category only I am going to explain today. So first thing, if you see Ida Nadi, that is the masculine. So what happens is a person who was born with masculine energy, that is the left brain. So I've told about the masculine, the details of masculine you can check in my previous video. So a person who is born in a masculine energy, if you see their personality, they'll be so rigid. They will have less emotions. They will actually show the emotions. They will actually never show the emotions outside. So all these sadness, empathy, all it will be very subtle. So throughout their life, if you see them, they will never understand how the heart feels the emotions. So totally they will be dependent on the left brain or the consciousness. So completely they will be knowledge oriented or intellectual oriented. They will never understand how the heart or emotions or the feminine energy is felt. But when the third eye opens for masculine energy, that is a person with Ida Nadi or masculine energy, that is the time they will experience the feminine energy. So a person with masculine, so rigid, so strong, so like masculine in nature, when his or her third eye opens, suddenly they'll experience the bliss or they'll experience the ecstasy in their life. Suddenly they will start to cry. Suddenly they will feel the love in their heart. They will feel the emotions in their heart. So this is how a masculine will experience the third eye opening. They'll become so much of emotional. They cannot actually explain it because throughout their life they will never experience such emotions in their life. So it will be so deep, so blissful we can tell, so ecstasy we can tell. So this is how the third eye experience for masculine energy. So we can see many of the gurus explaining about the third eye opening. So they'll explain us it was very blissful or it was very emotional. They'll explain us they will start crying and tears fall from their eyes without any reason. So this is because they are coming in contact with the feminine energy. So third eye itself is something, both the energy will combine together. So if they are masculine, they'll come in contact with feminine energy. So that's how a masculine who's so rigid will first time will feel the emotion in their heart. So this is how masculine energy will experience the third eye. So the next is the feminine energy. So if you see the feminine, throughout their life, they will be in a very emotional way. So I've already explained how feminine energy works. So they'll be so loving, emotional, everything their experience will be from their heart. They feel everything from their heart. So they express everything in a very emotional way. So they'll be in very blissfulness only throughout their life. So emotional, so like intimate. They've experienced their life so much with intimacy. So all these, their life will be like this throughout till third eye experience. But for feminine energy, when the third eye opens, they will actually experience the masculine energy. So masculine energy is something so dark, it is so powerful, it is so strong, it will actually like shut down all your emotions. So how it works is, it will shut down your emotion and it will open up the logical and conscious, the left side brain. So shutting down that emotion and experiencing that, it will be so dark, much emotionless for them. So when a feminine actually experiencing the third eye opening, it will for them, it will not be like blissfulness or ecstasy. It will be so much of stronger energies. They have to overcome all those fears, they have to overcome all those emotions. So all their emotions will start shutting down, they'll become like so rigid. So this is how they will experience the masculine energy. So there are two types of energies. One is the masculine and the feminine energy. So if you see someone explaining that it was, the third eye opening was so blissful, so emotional, they will start crying. All this, that is, they were masculine and they experienced the feminine energy while opening the third eye. But for female or feminine, when the third eye opening, they'll become so rigid, so dark. And the people who are seeing them going through those experience, people will think that you have become so strange and something happened to you, because they are actually shutting down their feminine energy for some time and opening up the masculine energy. So masculine energy is so much of rigid, so strong and so conscious and so logical, and they'll start experiencing that. So for feminine who's experiencing the third eye opening, it will be a very fearful experience. So that's why third eye opening, for some people it will be very blissful, for some people it will be very fearful and very strong experience. But believe me, after some time it will be settled down and both the energies will be compensating each other, and you'll start to understand both the energies. Now you would have understood the two types of energy, that is how the third eye is opening and how both the energies are combining. So this is how the third eye experience will be. So it is just a basic experience I've told. It is actually much more than this. So in my later videos I will explain little by little. So the next is, I have told about the Ida Nadi and the Pingala Nadi. So the third type of Nadi is also there, known as the Sushumna Nadi. There are two energies, that is feminine energy and masculine energy. And there are also third type of energy, where when this third type of energy is a combination of both masculine and feminine. So by birth, these people will have both the energy, that they'll have both consciousness and intuition both working together, but in a very subtle way. It will not be like a third eye experience, it will be a very subtle way throughout the life. They'll be in that a subtle combination. So this third people will actually be very highly intellectual also, highly emotional also. So for them, how the third eye experience will be is, already they'll be having the combination of both the energies. So when the third eye opens, it will become more intense. So these are the people who experience in an occult way. It will become more intense. Suddenly they'll start seeing many things. Suddenly their intuition will become so high. They'll start hearing many things. So they'll actually get the knowledge of the occult. So these are the people. So one dimension of third eye is knowing about the occult. So occult is not actually bad thing. It is also necessary for our spiritual awakening. And these people who are in Sushumna Nadi will suddenly become too much into occult and too much into those fields. So because their energy becomes very intense. So this is how the three types of dimensions and three types of third eye opening happens. It is actually common to everyone. This three category is common to all the human beings. There's no other category than this. But the third eye opening will be unique experience for each and everyone. So each one's experience will never match with another people, because we know that every person is unique, because their time of birth and space is very unique, and that's why everyone's experience will be unique. Okay guys, now you would have understood how third eye and Ajna chakra is working. So it is very intense, and there are so much of details in third eye. So in my future videos, I'll explain even more information of third eye chakra, that is Ajna chakra. Hope so you would have got some information about third eye. So thanks for watching. So this is Shobna. Bye from Soulful Knowledge.